everyone, guten Morgen.
Today we are learning about the history of the German flag. Why is it those three stripes right now? Because I think that historically it was probably not always the case. Yes, by General Knowledge YouTube channel. Let's go.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to take a look at the German flag, which looks like this today. But let's take a look at the history of this flag. Now, Germany didn't unify until the mid-late 1800s, so I'm going to start in that century with the German Confederation. The flag of the German Confederation was this one, basically identical to today's German flag. It was in use in 1848 and then again in 1863 to 66. However, there is an interesting aspect about it. The war ensign of the German Confederation's flag had on its top left corner the two-headed eagle of the Holy Roman Empire.
I think it's more pretty without
In fact, the naval flag was the eagle alone, which shows that even though Germany changed its flag a lot of times, a few elements stayed present throughout these times. So before we move on to the other flags, let's take a look at how the eagle has always been a symbol for Germany. It started with the Holy Roman Empire eagle, this two-headed eagle, which during the time of the Holy Roman Empire also had a shield in its center, representing the dynasty of the emperor. Moving on to the Prussian one-headed eagle, then the eagle of the Weimar Republic, which looked a little less threatening.
A lot of countries have
the
eagle
Nazi
in their
eagle,
flag, like historically.
which changed the roundness of the eagle to straight lines, being a lot more threatening and looking a lot like the Roman Empire's eagle. It was placed on top of a swastika, and it was also the emblem of the Nazi party, except when it was used for the party,
He's not showing
the
it.
eagle's head was facing the opposite way.
Didn't want to get demonetized.
And finally, the eagle used in today's flag, which is very similar to that of the Weimar Republic.
It looked less
Now,
scary.
using an eagle in a flag isn't something exclusive to Germany. Like I said, the Roman Empire already did it way back then. And even today, some countries still have eagles on their flag,
Mexico,
like the Mexican
Serbia.
or the Serbian flags. Now, we can't be sure of the meaning of each of these eagles, but in general, eagles are said to represent, with their keen eyes, perspicacity, courage, strength, and immortality. But they're also considered kings of the skies and messengers of the highest gods. But let's get back to the flags. In 1866, the flag changes to the flag of the North German Confederation, keeping the three-stripe disposition, but changing the colors to give the flag a more imperial feeling. I would say there's a bigger Prussian influence
like
on this
Polish.
flag than the previous,
Iraq,
especially because the war ensign of it
like some
contains
Middle
the
Eastern
Prussian eagle.
flag.
Now,
because
this
of the
flag
black.
was used for the North German Confederation until 1871.
I don't like it. It looked too dark.
In 1871, the flag continued to be used, but now representing the German Empire. This was kept in use until 1918, which was around the time when World War I ended. With Germany being a part of the Central Powers defeated in the war, the German Empire saw its downfall.
Turkey,
Germany
Bulgaria.
became the Weimar Republic from 1919 to 1933, using the same colored flag as the German
The Weimar
Confederation
Republic.
and today's Germany. Then, in 1933, with Hitler's rise to power, the Weimar Republic came to an end, and Germany went back to its imperial ambitions with the rise of the Third Reich. So, before we get into the Third Reich's flags, a quick disclaimer. The Nazi flag is forbidden in Germany. So, to make sure that this video won't get blocked for German viewers, I chose not to use the swastika flag in it, instead using as a placeholder an identical flag but with the Iron Cross in place of the swastika. Now, for a short period of time, until 1935, Germany had two
I'm not sure it's
official
true
flags.
that it's banned in Germany to show in the context of education. I think it's more so to expose it in front of your house and stuff like this. I think that he's able to show for an education purpose on the internet. Maybe I'm wrong, you guys tell me.
One being the old imperial flag of the German Empire, and the other one being the Nazi flag, the same flag used by the NSDAP, Hitler's party. But from 35 onwards, the swastika took over every single flag used by the German Empire. So it really represented the influence that Hitler's party grew to have over all of Germany. However, when we look at the Nazi flag, we can notice that through its elements, it kept the same colors as the previous German imperial flag, the red, white, and black. Now, according to Hitler, the elements of this flag meant the following. The red, the social idea of his movement. The white, the nationalistic idea. And the black, the mission of the struggle for victory. Now, of course, none of these meanings are really what we associate with the flag, with it being more related to the horrible massacres and the dictatorial regime of Nazi Germany. Now, World War II lasted until 1945, and with the Allied forces' victory, the Third Reich was destroyed and its flag forbidden across Germany until modern times. During Allied occupation, there were 2 temporary flags put into use for 2 specific cases. This flag was put into use by the Allied Control Council from 46.
I've never seen this flag in my life. It looked like the flag of like somewhere in the Caribbean or something. Like Costa Rica or something.
To identify German ships during this time. And this flag was the flag of the Saar Protectorate, which was a small French protectorate which separated from Germany after the war.
This looked like the Nordic Cross.
Until 1956, when it was reincorporated into the Federal Republic.
This is so
of Germany.
not Germany.
With the end of World War II and the beginning of the Cold War, Germany became divided into East, Soviet-controlled, and West, Allied-controlled territories, each of them flying the same 3-color striped flag of the Weimar Republic.
On the map? I don't know. This is your... I thought it was Berlin. It's not Berlin. I don't know what that yellow spot is. I don't know.
But with different shields or elements on top of it. Western
You saw
Germany
it. I
used
didn't see
in
it
some
at first.
situations the German coat of arms, the German eagle on a shield, while the Eastern Soviet-controlled territory took up as its emblem a hammer and a compass, surrounded by a garland of corn.
I like the eagle.
Now, this emblem was said to be a symbol of the alliance between workers, farmers, and intelligence.
That's
With the fall
bullshit.
of the Berlin Wall and the beginning of Germany's reunification, the flag put into use was that of Western Germany. The 3 stripes of black, yellow, and red color, which, when used by the federal government, include the coat of arms. And this is the German flag today. Now, Germany is a federal state, so each...
So it's just like with the Polish flag. They don't have the eagle in the flag, but they have it like with the military or the government building or anything like this. I think they should just put back the emblem because it gives them more personality. It's just my opinion. Because most flags in Europe are just 3 stripes, like every country almost. And then you have a country like Serbia who kept symbol, and I think it's better with the symbol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it represents yourself.
Yeah.
Each of its states has its own flag, each having a lot of history, since
Each
most of the
state
states are actually old.
Okay, but look, all the province or state, they all have a symbol. So maybe it makes sense that the flag, they're like, we're not going to decide which symbol we want. So because not all of them have a eagle. Some of them do, but not all of them. There's even flag that look like the flag of like Indonesia or something. It's interesting.
Kingdoms or regions prior to Germany's unification.
Shield,
in the 1800s.
castle, mostly
So
shield
let
and
me know if
castle.
you would be interested in
With
watching
eagle.
an episode about each of these flags individually. Now, that's it for today's episode on the German flag. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Remember to...
I guess when you don't put any symbol, nobody can complain that like the south of Germany, the north of Germany, the east or the west is not represented. You just put color. Color is like subject to interpretation. The moment that you put a symbol, you pissed off some people. I don't know. You're like, you're not inclusive enough because when we saw all the flag of the states here, some of them had an eagle, some of them have a shield, some of them don't have, like, they don't all have an eagle on it. So maybe he wanted to be like super inclusive of everyone. So no controversy. We just remove the eagle unless it's like a military or like parade or something like that.
We also used to have elephant.
On the flag?
Yeah, but now it's the coat of arms of the Navy, I think.
Well, why did you remove the elephant on the Thai flag?
They always change the Thai flag from red elephant,
Yeah.
with a lot of things, represent blah, blah, blah. You know, but I think it makes sense because elephant, for me, like when you talk about elephant, it's about the symbol of like Lao, thing like that.
Oh,
So-
another country?
Yeah, so I think it's better to remove it. And also, it's easy to draw. Or think about it. If they still have elephant on the flag, I'm gonna be stuck so much when I had to draw elephant when I was a kid.
In school, you had to draw your flag?
Yes.
I never had to draw my flag. Do you have to draw your flag?
Think about it.
It's not hard to draw a flag which is only some line.
But it's 11. If they had 11.
Okay, but now you don't have an elephant.
Like, for example, even like eagle or thing like that. Oh my God, it's going to be so hard for me. So right now, it's just a line. And then color. But sometimes just like Thai flag, right? Sometimes it just forgot the order. Even right now, I still forgot the order of the color.
Well, thank you. Really?
Yes. I'm confusing sometimes.
This is sad. Well, thank you for watching, everyone.